You're listening to the Orisha Wisdom Podcast, episode 1. What is going on? Wait, what's going on? I think the Orisha Wisdom Podcast is being hijacked.
You're listening to the Orisha Wisdom Podcast, episode 100, Takeover. Good day, everybody. Welcome to the Orisha Wisdom Podcast. No, I'm not Ivon Reborn, your host for the show, but I am the guest host today. It's none other than Dr. G. Wayne. So listen, I have the great pleasure, the great honor to sit in for Ivon Reborn today. And trust you me, these shoes are huge, and I'm really trying to fill those shoes as best as I can because I have nothing but the utmost respect and admiration for the host of this show, of this podcast, because she has been so instrumental in my life and into the lives of my god kids and the world abound that she doesn't even understand how much of an impact that she's been. So today I'm going to come and say what I'm supposed to say, and then I'm going to take some time out to give people flowers while they can smell them, give them words of kindness while they can hear them, so that it feeds into their heart and into their soul, so that they understand that the work that they've done, the energy that they put into this, has not been for naught. I hope that you can join with me in giving a good round of applause and a good congratulations to the Orisha Wisdom Podcast and the Orisha Wisdom community under the direction and management of Ivon Reborn, because this is truly nothing but an awesome and amazing feat that she's done. 100 episodes, people. That's a lot of work. If you look at the progression of her podcast, we go back to the 5th episode. She was talking about the Aleos, Orishas, and priests being the jewels of the Orisha. And when I was listening to the podcast, because I had to go back and listen to a lot of the stuff to get this prepared today, because when I went back and thought about it, I thought, wait a minute. She said that these people are the future of the religion. And so if you're the future of the religion, what does that say? That means that you carry potential. You carry purpose within you. Because you don't come down here and just use it. Boom, here we are, here I am, here I'm going to use it. No, because sometimes you got to come, you got to sit, you got to learn. You have to study. You have to put those things that you're taught into works. And see, when you go through all of these 99 episodes that come before this one, you find that Ivon Reborn was teaching. Her purpose in that moment was to be a teacher. And you know the saying, so when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Well, guess what? For 99 episodes, our teacher was here. And it's brought us from point start, or point A, until we get to wherever you're at in your journey today. But also, words of wisdom, Orisha Wisdom Podcast, words of wisdom would also come because she would often say that everybody's not meant to do everything or something thereof. You know, I got to say it my own way, but everybody has their own thing to do. Everybody has their own destiny to live. And she used to say that, may the Eguns and all the ancestors and all Orishas take you to the place where you're Ori. You get what I'm saying? So we all get to the place and we all are in this journey together, but as individuals. Everybody has the tools, the responsibility, the intellect, the jobs to make the community work. And so here's where we find ourselves today, at the 100th episode. So let me ask you a question. Okay, can I call you family? Can I be real down to earth with you? Family, if a peach tree dies before it ever bears peaches, would you still consider it a peach tree? Because you know the saying says that a tree is known by the fruit it bears, right? So if a tree, say for instance a hurricane comes and it kills the tree over, does the peach tree cease to be a peach tree because it didn't produce any peaches? If I called you powerful, even though you never done a powerful act yet, does that mean that you're powerless? No. Your identity is not based on what you do. Your identity is rooted in what you were created to be. And that's where we're going today. You see, this is, again, the 100th episode of the Orisha Wisdom Podcast. And I've been given this opportunity to step in, take the mic, pour something into you that I pray becomes not just another good talk, but not just another, that was nice, but something that shifts you from potential to kinetic purpose. And so the Creator has made no mistakes when it comes to you. None. So allow me to be, I'm going to be several different things today, but allow me right now at this moment to be your thundering river. So picture it, a wide rushing river over the boulders. The sound is really heavy, overwhelming, and it drowns out every other noise. That's the sound that I want my voice and my words to make for you today. That sound is going to drown out the lies, drown out the doubts. It's going to offset the small labels, and do you hear me? Small labels that others have tried to put on you. Too many of us are walking around here every day wearing titles other people have placed on us. You've heard them, right? The title, you're too much of this and you're too much of that, or you're not enough of this and you're too loud of this, and you get what I'm saying? They don't want you to become who you were born to be. But hear me, sometimes people take a moment to peek into your future. And when they peek into your future, they see that which you were created to do, and they become not your spiritual godparent, but they become your spiritual aborter. And they see the potential that you have, but because they can't rally behind you and be happy for you, or happy for the community that this gift has finally arrived, what do? They try to do any and everything to diminish your gifting and diminish the abilities that were put in you. And you think sometimes they do it so good and so smooth and so sly, you don't even realize that they're doing it. But when they say, oh, don't worry about that, when you say, well, I got a reading and in this sign, what can you tell me more? Oh, don't worry about what that says, because, it doesn't mean nothing to you. So when a person holds the cards and they hold the knowledge, and then at the same time they hold their tongue, you have to wonder, what are they hiding? No, I'm not saying everybody does this, but what I am saying is that you have to understand that sometimes it's going to take some initiative on yourself and your own ashe, your own understanding of the movement of the Spirit that guides you to the place that you need to be to get the information that you need to get to impart what needs to be imparted into you so that you can continue on that what you're doing. Your true identity does not come from their fear. Your identity does not spring from people that work and operate in division. Your identity comes from the Creator's design. What they didn't tell you was that you were created to be a stick of dynamite. You were created to be a stick of spiritual dynamite. You were made to shift the environments around you, and you were made with power. They thought that they aborted you from your purpose, but I say it's time to wake you up to your purpose. We talked about labels, but sometimes you have to reach up onto your own head and take off the plastic tiara they put on your head to make you think that, oh, you've arrived. Think of it this way. If the Queen of England, if she put on a crown and it was made with plastic and crystal beads that were shining, do you think that she would understand the heaviness of the life that she's called to walk? Or would she think that, oh, well, if they're really not paying that much attention to it, guess what? I'm not going to do either. But these labels and these titles that we wear, that were placed upon us, and by default we continue to wear because we thought that's what it was, they were put on us by people who want to sit on us, not catapult us. These people have become afraid of you becoming the you that you were born to be because they fear that your purpose and your being somehow minimizes theirs. It was you who was purposed to shift the atmosphere. It was you who was purposed to blast through life's lifing. And hear me when I say this, you have to see it before you see it, or you never will see it. Now let that marinate with you for a moment. Let that awaken in you what has been dormant all this time. Let the words that I speak flow into the parts of you that have never been activated before. Because they said you were too much of this or you were too little of that. But guess what? I say I'm going to call into the deep and bring life into the spaces never touched. Because the Creator has made no mistakes when it comes to you. And if my voice can drown out the loudest naysayer, the loudest voice of opposition, the loudest voice that comes against your forward progression in life, then I've done my job. Let the words that I say again bring life to the dormant places in your life and in your purpose, so that you realize that your true identity is not drawn from the fear, but it is drawn on the purpose for which you were created, not from who you become today, not from who you have become as a product of the fears of those who love you. Because sometimes people who love us, they love us so much that they want to shelter us from persecution, shelter us from growing, shelter us from a whole lot of things, because they don't want to see you hurt. So I'm not saying all this comes from people who have some ulterior motive, but sometimes it comes from people who love us so much that they don't want us to feel hurt. And in that, they sometimes will deaden our nerves, deaden our connections, so that they protect us from some of these people. Because, if you and I are going to be true and honest with this thing, there are many people who, just because they don't like the hair color that you have, they go above and beyond to make life hard for you. The Creator invested a great deal and did not place that in you so that you could be redirected by lazy people who were too lazy to work on that which was placed in them. So they figured the only thing that they could do was foolishly spend their time and energy and efforts to make you think that you didn't have anything to contribute to this life. And that's a funny thing, because if you know how life works, and I don't purport that I know how it works 100%, but let me just give you my little bit of experiences in this half of a century I've been here. What I do know is this: if I haven't learned a lesson, the universe is going to send a trial, send a test, send a temptation, send something to make me learn it. Let's extrapolate that a little more. If I haven't identified or understood my destiny, sure, they can try to take me away from it and do whatever. But there's going to be some happenstance, little interaction, like me and Yvonne's meeting that happened, and guess what? The information that I was supposed to get, that she was supposed to get, guess what? It got. Even though there were people that were wishing that it never happened. And I say the same thing with you. It's not just by happenstance that I'm here today speaking to you. So because that's the truth, look at it as a gift from the spirit world, from the universe, whatever you want to call it, to say, wait a minute, let me see what resonates with me today. Let me see how this leaves me, how this makes me feel, so that I can understand what it is that I have to do to get back in alignment with that which I'm supposed to be doing. Okay? If you still have breath in your body, you do have something to contribute to this life. So again, I go back to, just as the peach tree is still a peach, regardless if the tree actually produces one peach, you need to get your identity from what you were created to be, not from what you have become. A writer never became a writer until they picked up a pen and paper and wrote the first words on the page. Let that sink in for a minute. A voice never became a singer until the mouth released that which they had into the universe. So what is that telling us? That tells us that today we got to do some action. We can't just sit and wait for it to happen to us. There's actions that we have to do to get us to where we need to be. So you can continue to make declarations and say the things that you do, and you will continue to get the results that you're getting. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. If you get up every day and make a declaration, I write books. I write books. I write books. You're speaking to your action, and your actions only. You are calling to your action, but your actions are not your purpose. Take this example. What if Martin Luther King Jr. just said, I go to sleep. I go to sleep. He would have limited his purpose, because his purpose was not to go to sleep, but his purpose was to have a dream. So if you've been speaking to your actions, I want you to do something. I want you to allow me to be your coach for a moment. You did well. Yeah, you did well to establish your practice. You did well to establish your routine. You did well to get the habit started. And go ahead and pat yourself on the back for that. But I want you to take this to the next level, so that the potential purpose that you have can convert itself into the kinetic purpose. And let me stop for a second here, and let's make a quick shift. And I'm going to give you an example, and then I'm going to bring this home, and I'm going to make it make sense, okay? Do you remember when you were in school and you had physics? Physics taught us a simple law. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be transformed from one state to another. And then they further went on to teach us that there's two different forms of energy. We know that there's more, but there's two main forms of energy, potential and kinetic. Potential energy is stored. It's what could be. However, kinetic energy is movement. It's what is. Okay, G. Wayne, make it make sense. Now let's apply this to purpose, okay? For potential purpose, like potential energy, is found in your position. When you came into this world, you came on a certain date, a certain time, a certain place, a certain location, with certain parents. That encompasses your position. I know that it is human nature to focus on your circumstances. It would be easy to think, oh no, my parents were immigrants and they came in and they, gave up their life in our country and came over here and they did the best that they could with what they had. And because they did, I can only do so much. So it's easy to put limitations on yourself, and it's easy to look at the way that things look at right now. And it's easy to make a decision, a determination on that which is what it looks like now. But I'm challenging you to look past what you see. I'm challenging you to look beyond what they said you could do. I'm challenging you to look at yourself through the eyes of the Creator who created you and placed in you the power to manifest the things that you need to be where you're at and to be where you're going to go. And that's what I'm here to do. Yeah, we can stay the status quo and keep everything like it is and not do it, not move left, not move right, but just be okay with surviving. Because if you're not walking in your purpose, you're nothing but surviving. What are you surviving for? You're surviving until you get to your purpose. And then you can begin to live your life, because everything that we're doing today and before you reach your purpose is nothing but survival. You're surviving to live another day so that you can continue to look, so that your spirit guides can continue. You see what I'm saying? Just allow yourself to dream like Martin did. Allow yourself to push yourself to something better. Imagine if you knew that you were supposed to save lives. Well, who am I to save a life? What if just telling your story saves a life? Because you don't know the impact of what you do and who you are until the person who you've impacted comes back to you and tells you that, yes, you were an impact. Ivon Reborn and people like her and myself that do these podcasts, we put a lot into it, and we put ourselves on the line. We put ourselves in a vulnerable situation to be looked at, to be judged, to be talked about, to be whatever it is that you guys do. All because we want to share something. I don't know who it is I'm supposed to talk to every time I get behind this mic. I don't necessarily know who's going to listen, where in this world they are that they're going to listen. But what I do know, because of experience, is when I've opened up my mouth and I've been transparent about the things that I've gone through and the experiences that I have and the lessons that I've learned, somebody, you can call it universe, you call it whatever, but somebody actually reverberates or bounces that message back to me in a form of, thank you so much for doing blah, 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 because you didn't know I was going through this, I was going through that. And it's only in that moment, sometimes, that those of us who put ourselves transparently out like this reap the benefits of that which we've gone through. So I say to you this way: if you continue to walk around with potential, you may find yourself at a point in life, a point in your crossroads, where you think your life wasn't worth anything. And I'm telling you that it is. The only difference is you have to move from your potential into your kinetic. Because until you have movement in your purpose or towards your purpose, you are going to fall flat or fall short of doing that which you're supposed to do. And listen, if we were created by the Creator that created these vast worlds and this vast universe and this vast thing we call space and the galaxy, guess what? They didn't make no chump change. They didn't just put, because of all the billions and trillions of people that could have ever been born on this rock, this spinning rock in the middle of this black space, guess what? You made it. So it's not just by happenstance that you're here, but there's something for you to do inside. And so as we look at the episodes of the Orisha Wisdom Podcast, there's been a lot of information, a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom that has been imparted. Now, you don't have to believe in the messenger. Thank goodness that I don't have to believe in the messenger to get the message. But if the messenger is pouring something into you, you have to stand in a place or sit in a space of gratitude, because that person said yes to their purpose. And because they said yes to their purpose, you got something out of their purpose because they shared it with you. And that's how life is. That's how it goes. If I were to bring it back to the Orisha, what are they going to tell me? Think of Inlay and Ochosi with their bows. Their bow stores their potential energy as they put the arrow in and they draw back on the bow. But it's not until the string is released that the arrow becomes kinetic, flying with purpose towards its target. So that lesson tells us that, yes, I have the potential within me, just like the bow. But I have to do an action. I have to do something that's going to set a chain of events into place that provokes the potential and converts it to kinetic. So what is going to be your bow? What is going to be the action that pulls that string on that bow in your life? Okay, but if you don't get that analogy, what about Eligua at the crossroads? Potential purpose waits at the door, but it doesn't move until what? An action takes place. What is that action? Eligua opens up the way. So think of Ogun with his blade, or Chango with his Oshe, or Ifa with its Iking, even Yansan with her Iruke, or Yemaya with the oceans, or even the small, the beautiful, the powerful Oshun with her rivers. The Orisha shows us again and again that purpose is not static. It must move. It must transform. Potential must become kinetic. So now, putting on my coaching hat again, every championship team needs a coach, because it's the players that have the talent, but the coach that has perspective. The coach studies the playbook. The coach watches the film. The coach sees the weak spots, and also the coach sees the strengths. So hear me, you already have the skill to be the champion. It's already in you. But my job today is to help you tweak, pivot, and align yourself so that what's already inside of you moves. Because you do know that, yes, this rock that we're sitting on, it has two liquid cores, right? And so as the earth is spinning around and around and around, guess what's also spinning? The core. So as you begin to rotate in your purpose, because you're going to listen to what the coach is saying and you're going to make some changes and make some shifts. You don't have to do big changes per se. Sometimes it's just a minor tweak that gets you from being off center to on the bullseye every time. So maybe, just maybe, I'm not your forever coach. Maybe I'm just the one link in your chain, and that's fine. Because if I can help you shift one thing today to awaken your kinetic purpose, then guess what? I've done my job. So I don't want you to declare what you want to become, because the spirit world is not filled with should've, would've, and could'ves, because the spirit world is just what it is. And so when the spirit world sees you, they see the purpose that's within you. And so you have to begin to see yourself as your spirit person sees itself. Speaking your actions will only leave you here doing things, but that's not fulfilling purpose, because you have not achieved the purpose. So who are you? What are you? You are who the Creator made you. So now I want you to take a moment and look at yourself in the mirror. Find a mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror. I'll take it. If you don't have it right now, guess what? Download the episode so that you can get to the place that you need to get to, and you can hit start wherever you need to, and you can get yourself in the mirror. But if you have access to the mirror and you can do it now, do it. Look at yourself in the mirror. Look at you with your fine self in the mirror. Coach is asking you this: who are you? And your answer should be, I am, right? That's an affirmation. I am what the Creator made me to be. You see? So you know that which you are purposed to be. You know that in your spirit mind, in your spirit self. So what you have to do is connect that spirit person to your earthly person and make that connection. And then you'll be able to say, I am a healer. I am an author. I am a light bearer. I am a life changer. And as you begin to do this 3 times a day, at least morning, noon, and night, what's going to happen is you're going to start to feel and to see and to witness that your words, the ashe, the energy of your tongue, begins to awaken your purposeful being. And when it awakens your purpose being, I tell you this, There is nothing that will become impossible for you to do, because we have the ashe, and we have the tools, and we have the weapons, and we have the protections, right? But they mean nothing if we don't put them to use. And so we talk all day, every day, right? If we talk all day, every day, guess what? We can make those talks or those things that we're saying meaningful, instead of just a waste of time and a waste of noise, a waste of something. Because if it's not going to make sense or be beneficial to you 6 months from now, don't even waste your time doing it. Don't waste your time saying it. Don't waste your time fighting for it. But get into the mindset of telling yourself every time you look into the mirror, I am a good person. I am a blessed person. I am a life changer. I am a chain breaker. Whatever it is that your destiny and your purpose is, begin to speak life into that and leave the actions to the actions, because we all know that there's many different ways and pathways to get to one specific direction, right? So if I want to go to the mall, I can go straight down this way. I can turn left. I can do right. I can go up here and turn. We all have different ways to get to where we want to get to, right? But you may be walking on the treacherous path to your destiny when you were supposed to walk on easy street to your destiny. You hear what I'm saying? Begin to speak to your purpose, and then allow the universe to direct you as to which way and which path to go to reach your purpose and to release your purpose. So now, as I bring this episode to a close, and I hope I said something that resonated with you, and that has become, or that will become, irritant to your spirit person, so that you have to go and scratch now. You can't be lazy and not do anything, but it's such an irritant, like the grain of sand is to an oyster. Because what I want, my ultimate goal in all this, is not to get any praise or any glory for anything that is done, but it is to be the catalyst in the creation of you as a jewel. As we go back to episode 5. And if you really look at it, those things that we call jewels that are precious and expensive and things like that, they didn't just wake up one morning and become a gem. It didn't happen like that. You see, diamonds were only diamonds because it was coal at first. But over time, over the pressure, the pressing and the pushing and the constriction of life, the pressure of life brings out the shine diamond. So no, you're not here going through what you're going through because you're just a bad person. No, you're here going through what you're going through because it's part of your process in stripping yourself of the potential purpose. It's turning that potential purpose into what? Your kinetic purpose, your purpose that is doing, that's moving, that's motionful. And so I say to this as I close, I have to honor, again, the one who made this moment possible, our sister, Ivon Reborn. What you've done here is simply amazing. You have accomplished a milestone that hundreds of thousands of people have not. And so I need you to hear me today and pat yourself on the back because you did a job well done. And I don't just want to talk about the accomplishments. I want to encourage you, and I want to encourage every Orisha Wisdom community member, because you've brought people together. You've brought families together. You've moderated often tense conversations and a lot of disagreements. And you did that without complaining. You've done that without murmuring. You've done that. Your work is not in vain. So don't let anyone, Ivon, don't let anyone move you from your place of kinetic purpose back to your potential, because it doesn't suit you. We're born and we're made to go forward, not backwards. Stop allowing sometimes ourselves. So stop allowing you put yourself in this situation or scenario. Stop allowing yourself to be your biggest critic. Because guess what? In your podcast, if you save someone from committing suicide, guess what? You saved a life. And so in that vein, we got to stop seeking approval from others. Yes, we're human. And guess what? We like to pick apart things. We like to criticize things. But guess what? At the end of the day, the Creator didn't call us to be perfect. The Creator called us to be ourselves. And if you don't feel how powerful that statement is, let it marinate for a moment. The Creator wants us to be exactly, unapologetically imperfect. Nothing has to be perfect. Just do the work and let those that come behind you fine tune it. if you hear your name in the streets, this is not just for Ivon Reborn, but if you hear your name in the streets, don't go chasing after it, because it's not yours to chase. But rest in the knowledge that, guess what? If your name is on their lips, you must be doing something right. Why? Because they decided that whatever it is that you're doing has become more important than working on themselves. And so I don't understand how that works, but they've somehow come to understand that, if I stop working on me, I can work on somebody else and I'll feel better. But every minute that you're not working on yourself, what are you doing? You're not reaching your full potential. So I say all this to say, Ivon Reborn, you are a game changer. And to my understanding, and I don't follow too much of this, but I hear every now and again, guess what? Your name is still on the lips of other people. So guess what? You're doing something right. This is your kinetic purpose. This right here is your kinetic purpose. And for those who are listening, you may already know what your kinetic purpose is. And that's good. And even better, when you know what it is and you're doing it, you're working it, that's all the while better. So I encourage you, for 99 episodes, you've encouraged us. So I encourage you, for 99 episodes, you poured into us. So I pour into you. For 99 episodes, you've given wisdom. And so now I give wisdom to you. For 99 episodes, you've been courageous. You've been honest, not only to the community, but you let your honesty speak for yourself. And you've been honest to yourself. You've walked us through jewels and through Ori and through boundaries and through healing. And you've done it while walking your own hard journey. And you've done it while walking your own cobblestone road. And yet you still rise. So if I were to take something, a takeaway from your life and what you've done, I speak life over you and declare that your next 100 episodes will not just continue, but they will catapult. And I pray that your purpose will remain kinetic, unstoppable, and undeniable, because people have said what they've said about you, yes. But guess what? What they said haven't been the truth. And guess what else? The things that they were saying that you should do, guess what? You did what you knew to do right. And so keep listening to that within inside you that tells you what you need to do. Because your voice will reach the ears and the hearts that it is destined to reach and to transform. The only way that it won't is if you don't open your mouth and continue to be that voice. But to a lot of people, Ivon Reborn, you were Whitney Houston too. You were the voice. So don't silence your voice now. Open your voice even louder. Climb to a higher mountain. Swim and walk and clean in a bigger river. But whatever it is that you do, don't stop. Don't give up. Keep going. May your Ori remain steady, and may your Ashe overflow, and may your journey forward be filled with alignment and joy. And to every Aleo, Orisha, and to every priest, every listener of this podcast, awaken your potential purpose and convert it to kinetic purpose and walk in it, because you are not what you do. You are what the Creator made, and the world is waiting for you to move. This has been episode 100 of the Orisha Wisdom Podcast Family. You've heard the words. Now let them move you. I'm your host, Dr. G. Wayne, for this episode only, and I will leave you with this. My Ori knows, my Ashe flows. I move in what I am. Say it, live it, walk it. Be blessed.
First of all, I want to thank Dr. G. Wayne for taking over the Orisha Wisdom Podcast. I cannot thank you enough. So everybody put your hands together. There we go. We are doing this. We are absolutely thrilled to have him. And I remember asking him, and he was like, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yeah, I've had such an interesting, to say the least, couple of years, and I've watched him grow on his own podcast. I've watched him absolutely create, absolutely phenomenally. So for everybody who has enjoyed this podcast, I would love for you to show him love, Dr. G. Wayne Jackson, by listening to his podcast, Lessons in the Key of Life. And I would like to say, thank you so much for being there for me for 100 episodes. Not one, not two, not 10, 100. And to the 163,500 of you who have heard, I just want to say thank you so, so much. May all of the Orishas, all of your Eguns, your spiritual court, bless you fully, wholeheartedly, so that you are able to complete everything in your life. So we're going to do our best to keep moving forward. Has it been easy? Hell no. But you know what? We are still going forward. Again, a big, big thank you to Dr. G. Wayne Jackson. Remember what I said, peoples? Go right now after we finish, because we're about to finish, and listen to the Lessons in the Key of Life podcast. You'll see him looking all wonderful, leaning against the wall. Go listen, because it's like you're listening to Big Brother vibing out in some truths. And I absolutely enjoyed that. You want to support me? Go to orishawisdom.com/IVON. Ivon, that's my first name. If you wish, you can check out my Patreon, become a patron of myself. If you want to support me, go to, you know what? Why didn't I even say that? We have Orisha calendars and Cortes Espirituales calendars, Orisha 2026 calendars, and we have spiritual courts calendars. How do you get your hands on those? You know what? Go to orishawisdom.com/2026 calendars with an S, or go to orishawisdom.com/Ivon, and that would be IV as in victory, ON as in Nancy, and go check out and get your own. It's wild. I don't know if I'm going to be creating them again, but I sure enjoyed making these two. Nothing have I ever seen out there. It is high quality, and I totally forgot about, I believe I totally forgot about that. It's been that long that I have recorded, and I am absolutely thrilled. So thank you again for supporting the Orisha Wisdom Podcast in the 100th takeover. And I hope you have enjoyed this ride. Listen, comment. What did you learn from this episode? Let me know what you have thought over the years of the Orisha Wisdom Podcast. I am looking forward to reviving the community. What I don't know is if we're going to start a community, probably on YouTube. So go to my channel on YouTube, and I think I'm going to start having more conversation there, as everyone on Facebook community, Orisha Wisdom community there, it's been pretty quiet. So I'm looking for more involvement, and I am committed of doing the next 100 episodes. And I realized that I'm going through crap, but so is everyone else. And we all need to have each other in order to move forward. This path, this Orisha path, is not a singular thing. It is not a thing that we can do on our own. So let's not. Let's be there for each other. And like I said, go support him on his podcast, Lessons in the Key of Life. You want some calendars? Great. You want to support me? Go to your spiritual things on Etsy, or let me know what you want. And you want your stuff, you want more episodes. Let's get engaged. Let's get to know each other. And guess what? May your spiritual courts, all of you, may you be able to connect with them. May they be able to help you. May your Ori take you to where you need to go. May your ancestors always, may you make them proud. And may all Orisha bless you immensely. Thank you for listening to the Orisha Wisdom Podcast. Be sure to check out the show notes at orishawisdom.com/podcast. Can't get enough of Orisha Wisdom? Check us out at orishawisdom.com and subscribe to our community. Remember, the wisdom of Egun, Orisha, and Ifa is all around us. Be blessed, and until next time.